I would just add that the Mississippi River is a dumping ground for people that want to dump all this stuff in the river. And the sad thing about it, nobody is monitoring. And that's what I'm saying is that when you have government agencies, environmental protection agencies, environmental quality, and all these agencies with all these names they're supposed to protect, you're really protecting polluters. And we've had many incidents where people have done stuff in the river, is unexplained what the chemical is in the river, and then you got somebody that's cleaned it up. I'll give you a perfect example, is that I never forget after Hurricane Isaac, I think it was Isaac, it might have been Katrina, in St. Bernard Parish, I don't know if you're aware of this, Scott, is that there was so much of chemicals from the oil company was all in the place. Somebody who was doing their job mentioned how damaging this is to the community of that. For some kind of reason, the Louisiana Department of Quality came in and cleaned that stuff up and saying that person didn't know what they was talking about. They end up digging stuff, covering it up with plastic dirt, and to bring people back into Plaq. We had the same thing in with Stonehaven, where they had benzene, and they didn't say they had benzene, but came in, somebody of conscience mentioned they had benzene. The remedy for that was to put up a fence, put some steel into the ground, and then it's business as usual. Because again, and I don't know what you all are here for, but if you work for agency, we need some people who really gonna speak truth, because we got so many people work for government agency coming around with initials on their shirt, and they're just really supporting business. You're not willing to tell the truth, they're covering it up. And we got so much of that, because the people we really need to come in and help us, you know, we find out that they're not of conscience, and they're covering up stuff. And we live in that time right now where it's welcome by this administration. We just cover up stuff because we protect big industry, no matter at whatever cost it is.
I'd like to add a little something. I'd like to invite some type of organization to my backyard to set up some kind of security video of the plant, where they could video 24 hours a day of the stacks of the burn off. They could do a lot of studies with that. They could tell, you know, when the black smoke's coming out, when it ain't the flare in a particular cover, because they do have designated spots that Venture Global hired for their own study, but they won't publicize it. And another big issue is with me is the wastewater. The original wastewater in their agreement was supposed to be dumped into the Mississippi River. That isn't a good thing, but my complaint is, if it's dumped in the river, it can only go one way. So what they do, they dump it on the Gulf side of the plant, and there's a tide. The tide goes out, the tide comes in. So this wastewater, all it does is floats back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with the tide. So you ask them, you know, what's in the wastewater? Oh, it's nothing. Don't tell me it's nothing. They ain't named wastewater for nothing. So I think they should be forced into having somebody monitor the wastewater. I mean, I think that's a very, very important fact. So if anybody could try to organize somebody to come use my property for a stage to do some video, 24-hour surveillance of what they do, would welcome it with open arms.
That's a great offer. That is a great
offer.
offer.
Thank you.